going on economically in the world today? In America, for average working people, especially a single woman like myself, a single mother, what is happening economically? So this is not my usual topic, but I had to come on here and share these thoughts with you guys. Because the other day I was on my Instagram story, which by the way, Instagram is on pause right now. I took it off of my phone, because it's time for me to reset for the last 4 months of the year. I have been spending too much time scrolling. And between Instagram and TikTok, there are so many things I could have gotten done, but those things are still left undone. Oh, my light bulb is out over here. Every week or so, a light bulb goes out. But anyway, yes, the time that I spent scrolling, I could have accomplished so many different things and completed so many tasks. But back to the economics, like what is going on? And how y'all making it out there? Am I the only one crunching the numbers and looking at what's coming in and what's going out and trying to figure out other ways of how to bring in more? Because I was talking about this on my Instagram story, like I said, the topic of 50-50. I don't know why it just popped into my head, because I know that conversation can be very triggering. It causes a lot of confusion, a lot of like back and forth, a lot of arguments. But I was thinking about the whole 50-50 conversation the other day, and on my Instagram story, I was stating that it is unrealistic these days, especially in these times, the way the economy is set up, for anybody to think that a man, specifically women who are looking to date men or looking to marry men, it is unrealistic for a woman to think that a man is going to come into her life and cover 100% of everything. And here's the thing, hear me out. I am not talking about people who are married, not in this instance. I'm talking about dating. So as a single woman, if I meet a guy that is decent, he has his own place, his own home, his car, he has his car insurance. I'm in my early 40s. More than likely, if I meet a man, he's going to be around my age or maybe a little bit older. He might already have children. The children could be a variety of ages. They can be underage, or they could very well much be adults or young adults who still need assistance from him. If we're dating, he's taking me out, he's paying for all the dates, he's being good to me, he's buying me flowers, he's checking on me, we're having phone conversations, we're texting, is consistent. How am I expecting for this man to come in and take care of all of what I have going on 100%? Because that is what the conversation seems like, and that is what the expectation is being set to. And I find that to be very unrealistic, especially for Black women, right? Because if we look at the statistics, how many of Black men, specifically to Black women who want to date Black men, how many of our Black men are earning over 6 figures a year? How many? I just know that as a woman working, a Black woman working, majority of the time, if I meet a man, more than likely I'm going to be out earning him. And if I'm not out earning him, I have the potential to out earn him. So the expectation that I'm going to find a man to come in and earn way more than I'm earning and take over 100% of my rent, my car, my bills, my car insurance, my school loan, thank God that's on hold for right now, God knows. That's unrealistic. I also think it's even unrealistic in marriage. In marriage, that a woman thinks in this time and in this economy, specifically Black women married to Black men, that the husband is going to pay for 100% of everything. That's crazy, because how much money are people making? And do y'all see the price of groceries? Groceries is the one that's really killing me, because you cannot not buy food. I'm at the point where now I'm like, I need to do some intermittent fasting. Like I need to skip a meal, maybe 2 meals a day, because the price, yeah, it's wild. So if a couple is married, both couples are working, you have a mortgage, you have kids, you have car, you have insurance, how much money is that man making to cover 100%? Like it shouldn't even be about that in a marriage. It should be a partnership. It should be either this amount, this percentage of whatever goes into this. And also too, the other topic that comes up is, what if the woman is earning more than the man? The other day I was talking to one of my friends, and any man that she dates, more than likely, she's going to out earn them. She's going to out earn them. That's just what it is. And I'm like, well, you know, like, what are your thoughts on this? She's like, But I'm like, chances are you're going to be kicking out more money than he is because you earn more. And I think it's just fair. And she's like, no. So I'm like, where are you going to find this millionaire man who's going to be able to foot the bill on majority of everything? Where are you going to find him? Because in the areas that we frequent, areas that we live, more than likely the men that you're going to meet and the men that you're going to run into are going to be earning significantly less than you. So where are we meeting here? How are we going to meet in the middle to make this happen? I had a lot of comments, like a lot of my friends were laughing at me. I had a lot of comments in my Instagram inbox saying, girl, you're crazy. Girl, if I'm with a man, he has to pay the mortgage. Okay, fine. If he's paying the mortgage, you realize that there's still like a car payment, there's still insurance, there's still food, there's still incidental things that occur. Are you willing to foot the bill on all of that? Because like I said, we have to be realistic. I was also explaining to them the areas that we frequent. Like for me, I go to work, I come home, I go to the supermarket, I come home. In the vicinity in which I frequent, how many millionaires am I running into? Single millionaires that's looking. How many? Not a whole lot. And also too, I know this gives very much Kevin Samuels vibes, and I know this pisses a lot of women off, but we have to be realistic. Like for me, I'm in my early 40s. I already have 2 children. The chances that I'm going to have another child is slim to non-existent. Men have the ability to have children until they're like in the grave, right? Ready to get into the grave. A lot of these men might be interested in women that are younger than I am, that have more viability when it comes to the womb. I just might not fall into the category of what a millionaire who might not have any children is looking for. So we also have to take that into consideration. I'm not saying, by any means, I'm not saying that women are to lower their standards. Women are just to accept any old thing. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, me, as a single woman, if I were to meet a nice man, he has his own thing going on. His lifestyle matches mine. Like we mirror each other. I'm willing to work and meet him in the middle. Now, I gave an example on my Instagram story and everyone was like eating this up and laughing. I said, on average, on a weekly average, my grocery bill runs me about $200 a week. That is how much the bill is. Now, some people might think that bill is ridiculous. But keep in mind that most of my grocery shopping is at Whole Foods. That's a choice that I make. And the reason why I do that is because I sacrifice other things. My hair, as you can see, is always pulled back in one, or I wear wigs. My nails are not done, okay? Y'all want to see my toes? I can't get my feet this high. But the toes need to be done. The gel polish is like at the edge. They're not done. Why? Because buying food and buying quality food is important to me. It's more important than having my nails done and going to the salon and doing these like maintenance, these beauty keep-ups. What I eat is more important because not only am I feeding myself, I'm feeding my children. So I was saying on my story that the way my grocery bill is high, if I'm dating a man and the man has his own bills, his own rent, he got to pay his own car payment, take care of his children that he might have, and all he could give me is, I think I said 40%. Yeah. I'm like, at this point, I'll take 40%. If all the man could give me is 40% towards my grocery bill, I'm taking it. I'm taking it. You know why? Because that 40%, I think it's $60. It would be $60 taken off. Would it be $60? No, it would be $80. I think 40% of 200 is 80. I had did the math previously. I don't know, somebody correct me in the comments if I'm wrong. But if someone comes and says, I don't have the full 50% to give you, but I can give you 40%, take this $80, I know you're going to the grocery store, I'm taking the $80. Because then I'm only coming out of my pocket $120. Do you know how much of relief that would be? And that's not me setting the bar low. That's just me being realistic, considering that if I meet a man, he's going to have other things going off. How can I expect the man to come now and pay all my bills and still buy me groceries? On top of paying for the dates, taking me out, being nice to me, kind, considerate, answering the phone, calling me, texting me, all of the things a man should do when he wants to be with a woman, how can I now also add that, okay, well, you gotta pay for all of my groceries? Like, that's not realistic. I had to come back because I was washing off my makeup, brushing my teeth, and then some other thoughts popped into my head. Now, I don't want for anyone to take my previous commentary and say things like, oh, well, you just have low standards, or we have to keep the bar high, so on and so forth. Okay, that's fine. If you want to keep the bar this high, unattainable, that's good. But the thing is, you also have to be content with the reality that you might be single for a very long time. If you're a woman and you're looking for a man to meet these very high standards, knowing what the statistics are saying and knowing what the statistics are looking like, also understand that you also must have a mind of contentment. Like, you know what? If I don't meet a man that's going to pay all of my bills, take care of me 100%, or if I don't marry a man that can take care of 100% of everything in the household, I am also fine being single. Like, that is the kind of mindset. But like I said, when I was on my Instagram stories, a lot of y'all are not content with being single. A lot of you all are hoping, praying, wishing, asking about Ciara's prayer for a man. Just know that the man that you might get might not be able to pay 100%. Highly likely he's not going to be able to contribute 100%. Even, oh, I forgot to say this. One of my internet friends, I met her on TikTok, very nice girl, she lives in Jersey. She even weighed in and she said, hey, she works as a nurse. She does not work full-time or part-time. She picks up shifts, maybe 2 shifts a month, maybe a shift every other month. She doesn't work consistently. She said to me, my husband takes care of just about 100% of everything in the home. She said, but we run a small business. We run a small HVAC business that he works on maybe from 6 a.m. in the morning to maybe 2 p.m. in the afternoon. That's their own family business. Once he's done with that, he goes to work from 4 p.m. to 12 a.m. because he also works full time. So she's like, guess who's at home all alone with 2 small children? She says, me. It's a sacrifice. So understand also that you might find a man that's willing to pay 100% of everything, but is he going to be home? Are you going to be alone? And if you're married and you end up having children, you're going to be alone taking care of those small children, and that is not an easy job. No, thank you. No, thank you. I need you home to help me with these kids. But I just wanted to pop back in and say that just to clarify, okay? It's not that I'm setting the bar low. I'm not telling women that they shouldn't want more for themselves. But wanting more for yourself, you also want to live in reality. The part I wanted to clarify too is because on my Instagram story, one of my friends, she was like, only $80 towards the grocery bill. She said, but he's going to be there. You're going to have to cook for him. No, he's not moving in here with me. Remember, I live here by myself with my 2 children. Ain't no man living in here with me, so he's not eating all the food. However, if I were to have a man and I were to cook like a nice dinner, sure. Come over, you know, once my kids aren't here, or once he gets acclimated with the kids, if he's nice enough and a good guy, once he gets acclimated with them, yeah, sure, I cook this, come over, you can have some of it. But he's not here to eat all the food, but he still made a contribution. See, the line that I left them with on my Instagram story is, half a loaf of bread is better than no bread at all right? Just remember that. For those of you who might say, that's not enough, he needs to pay the whole grocery bill. He also has to buy groceries for his home. He might have children that comes and spends time with him that he needs to have food for. Not everybody is making 6 figures a year. And as a person who lives independently by herself, that earns good money and has the potential to work and earn even more money depending on how much I want to work, I am here telling you guys and constantly worrying about how are people out there surviving the way this economy is set up. Food alone. And I know a lot of people are like, well, I go to Aldi's. Aldi's is not cutting it for every single thing. all right? Especially if you have like multiple children. Aldi's is not cutting it. I could be wrong. Let me know in the comments. Is Aldi's cutting it? Because I feel like people have to go multiple places to get groceries when they have a bunch of kids, along with buying in bulk. So, I don't know, guys. That's just my random thoughts I wanted to share with you all here on this channel. See you guys again.